The U.S. Coast Guard stops search for a 30-year-old cruise passenger who, Carnival says, jumped from a ship on its way back from the Bahamas. The U.S. Coast Guard has stopped its search for a 30-year-old male passenger, Jaylen Hill, who went overboard from the Carnival Elation cruise ship on Sunday. The cruise ship was on a 4-day Bahamas sailing and on its way back to Jacksonville, Florida. At the time of the incident, Matt Lupoli, a Carnival spokesperson, said, "The man was reported missing by his travel companion late Sunday afternoon after he was not seen all day. Sadly, after an exhaustive on-board search and a review of security camera video, it was determined that he jumped," Lupoli said. Shoreside authorities were notified, and the crew was advised to continue to Jacksonville. "The Carnival care team is providing support to the guest's family and our thoughts are with them and the guest." The U.S. Coast Guard was alerted at 6:30 p.m. Sunday, and the search was initiated soon after. Petty Officer 3rd Class Eric Rodriguez told Insider. On Tuesday, the Coast Guard announced it had suspended the search for the man. In a statement to Insider on Tuesday, a Carnival spokesperson said, "Our thoughts and sincere condolences continue to be with the loved ones of our guest, as the extensive search for him, carried out by the United States Coast Guard, has been suspended. Our care team continues to provide support to the guest's family." 6 passengers have gone overboard on Carnival Cruise Line ships since the beginning of 2022. According to news reports compiled by Ross A. Klein, a professor who is the Associate Dean for Graduate Programs and Research at Memorial University of Newfoundland, on his blog, cruisejunkie.com. The FBI launched an investigation into a man overboard incident on board a Carnival cruise ship in May, when Ronnie Lee Peel Jr., a 35-year-old passenger, fell into the water after leaning over the railing of his stateroom balcony. Statistically, the odds of falling off a cruise ship are small. A total of 212 overboard incidents were reported on cruise ships from 2009 to 2019. According to a report commissioned by the industry trade group Cruise Lines International Association. Out of those, 48 people, about 28%, were successfully rescued. USCG identified the passenger who jumped overboard on the Elation's way back to Jacksonville as 30-year-old Jaylen Hill. Described as the final update in the search, USCG cutter and aircraft crews searched more than 1,347 square miles for Hill, the branch said. The crews involved in the search come from Air Stations Miami, Clearwater and Coast Guard cutter Tarpon, the Coast Guard said. The crews involved in the search come from Air Stations Miami, Clearwater and Coast Guard cutter Tarpon, the Coast Guard said Monday morning. The cruise to the Bahamas that the Elation was completing when the man went overboard had spanned 4 days, according to Carnival. The cruise line learned Hill was missing late Sunday after a person he was traveling with said he had not seen him all day. Crew members did an extensive search on board the ship for Hill. But after reviewing surveillance video, they learned Hill had jumped. Security video shows the 35-year-old man leaned over the railing of his room balcony and fell into the water around 4:10 a.m. Monday, according to the Cruise Corporation. The Coast Guard began a search about 95 miles east of Melbourne, Florida, where the man went overboard, authorities said Monday. The Coast Guard used air and water assets to search for the passenger. Later that night, officials made the decision to suspend search efforts for Hills after searching more than 1,300 square miles. "We offer our deepest condolences to the Hill family," said Petty Officer Eric Rodriguez, D7, said in a U.S. Coast Guard tweet. "Our crews take our life-saving mission very seriously. Anytime we can't bring a loved one home to their family is a pain we all feel." Carnival Cruise Line said its care team is providing support to his family.